Elijah, and I am illustrating the second Elijah and Crumpet kids book, and tonight characters for the second double page spread in the book. I've already created the background image, and you can see me here adding the characters to the first double page spread, which I did last night, which was a lot of fun. It was great to start finally getting into putting characters and text on the page. So moving on to the second double page spread tonight. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to try them in, and I'll answer them. And I'll also be talking about all stuff art and how do you become a thriving artist, how do you become a successful artist, those kinds of things. Sometimes we get Rob from Elijah and Crumpet along, so it should be great. Here we are with the second double page spread background. What we want here is Elijah at the desk writing a packing list because they're going away on a bit of a camping trip, and Crumpet over here in the background mucking around with the Motivate Man cape on, playing the trumpet, because the trumpet normally sits on that bookcase, so I've remembered not to include the trumpet there. Crumpet with a trumpet. So yeah, I am going to have a little bit of a look through the Elijah and Crumpet Motivate Man book. Hi Rob, how's it going? Second page, looking at the second page spread here. I did have an idea for Crumpet. Yes, I was thinking this one of Crumpet. If I've got Crumpet playing the trumpet, I want to do Crumpet playing the trumpet with the Motivate Man cape on. So I'm just looking through all to see where I might find him. So I hope you had a good day, Rob. Hope everything's going well. And we've got some pictures to hang on the wall as well. So I just need to playing the trumpet. I think I have that as a separate element here somewhere. Haha. Now let's have a look. That's looking good. So clear background, and we'll have a look what that looks like in Procreate. Kids off school, so I took an annual leave day. Sounds like a good idea. I hope everyone's well. I hope it's not a sick day. Now, let's see if it's actually going to put it on that layer, or whether it's just going to create a new layer. Insert a photo, Crumpet with his trumpet. Now I want to do a flip horizontal and move him here. Acting a bit crazy with the trumpet. Student free day, okay. Had a meeting for book 3, went well. We are full steam ahead, that's very cool news. No, I wonder where I can put... I'll put comments up there and see if they go there every time. Because I just noticed on the replay, it's always good to look at your of work out things which could be improved upon, things like that. One thing I did realise is that I had a copyright strike on one of my videos for the music. And you see, the thing is, when you're broadcasting across multiple platforms, your copyright for your music might not go across all platforms. So if you happen to notice the intro today, Rob, it was a music-free intro, just of me explaining where we're at in the process, what we're doing tonight, and of course, if you drop in to please ask questions, because questions, I think, make the live stream a little bit interesting. I was almost late for the live stream. I was busily picking a glass splinter out of my finger from the iPad. You know, that's a danger of working with a shattered iPad. Now tomorrow is the day where, all going well, the iPad will get a new screen. It's turning into a big day down in the city, because we're like well out in the country, and it's a thing of when you go down when you head down into the big smoke, you've got to do your big shop, and you've got to catch up with those people you're meant to be catching up with, and all this and that and everything else, and getting iPads fixed. So it's going to be a big day on the road tomorrow. Kids aren't fans of big days on the road, so it's only natural that we bought a bus to go touring in. But they'll love it. They'll love it. Okay. Let's look at the cape here. No capes. What's that in The Incredibles? No capes. Except there is capes on this one. Now I think, yeah, so that's what I'll do there, that line. Needs to be behind. And I'll do some erasing in there. Bobadilla Adventures, how you doing? Very good to see you here. So yeah, I'm doing these live streams fairly often. I've been this is the second Elijah and Crumpet kids book, and so we thought, well, why not document the process live? And we've been doing a lot of illustration of a book all live, so that's been good fun. And we've got Rob from Elijah and Crumpet here, which is awesome, you know. It's a really great way of collaborating, you know. I'm illustrating the book that they've written while they're hanging out in the live stream. That's a great way of doing it. So we're doing a bit of a Q&A thing as well. I don't know, trying to keep the interest level up, Bobadilla. So if you've got a question, I'll throw it up on the screen for either Rob from Elijah and Crumpet or for myself. And yeah, we shall do our best to answer it. Meaning of life, the universe and everything, or art related, or bus life, living on a bus right now. It's the new way. Got the kids sleeping in the back, so if they wake up, things might come to an end. But yeah, now I'll do a bit of a M on the cape. Try and, oops, I don't want blue. I need one of those gloves. Bobadilla Adventures, how is it going on the bus? It is going really well. Okay, so we bought the old Jura school bus. It's an 11-metre bus. Didn't have any seats in it. And so it's already partially been, you know, someone was going to make a motorhome out of it and didn't get all the way. So we bought it, and it's only done 50,000 kilometres, which is pretty amazing for a bus. Only problem is that it was off the road for 20 years, so so there's quite a few things which needed mechanically replacing. But you know, I really love being on the bus. I've got the desk set up over the steering wheel of the bus, and it's a perfect little desk, really. And we're looking at getting fully off-grid, all the solar and water and all that kind of stuff. But at present, we're plugged in. But you know, the whole idea is we're out of our house, and someone's renting that, and we've lowered our expenses quite a lot, so it gives me more of an opportunity to be an artist living on the road when you don't have as many expenses. So that's one thing, keeping the topic on artistry, is that the whole idea of being a successful artist. I think one of the things is kind of, first of all, determining what success is, and for me it's happiness really above all else, and here we are spending time with the kids, and not all day at jobs, so we can pay off a house that we spend little time in with the kids, so get to spend more time with the kids, get to go on the road. It's pretty weird though. It's a pretty weird lifestyle, and we haven't really started yet. We've been offered someone's farm that we'd kind of camped up at while we restore it, and everything about converting a bus into a home, everything takes twice as long and costs twice as much as what you think it might. But we're working towards the dream of doing the work we love and living the way we love. Why not? I love having kiddos help too. They enjoy too. Bobadilla. Yes, you're right. That's success. Yeah. Success is happiness. A lot of people think it's money, or money helps. But it's not everything. So, just, the good thing is, when I get this Motivate Man logo in here on the cape, I will be able to, like, if I decide I wanted to kind of squash it a bit more, twist it a bit more, to be a bit more fluid with the cape, then I can, so I'll keep the logo separate, and that way I can manipulate that independently. If I want to add a little bit of a distortion to it or what have you. Okay, now let's do up another layer here. So what have you been up to, Bob Dylan? I know you are a photographer, and where are you? Is that your profession, photography? And whereabouts in the world are you based? Elijah and Crumpet's hair. What's up with Crumpet's hair? Logo line is still there. Oh yeah. I'm getting there. But thank you for the reminder. It's amazing. Before I came on the live, I was going over last night's drawing, and there was a few little bits and pieces that still needed cleaning up. It's amazing what you can miss Why isn't that rubbing out? Because that is not that, that is the cape. No, is it the logo? That's the logo, because I was drawing the M inside. That is correct. Bobadillo, yes man, I do photography for weddings and I live in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Awesome. You also do some amazing stuff with photographing light. So what I kind of mean, everything's photographing light, but you do nighttime shots, long exposure nighttime shots, and you kind of sculpt with light. It's very cool. So yeah, anybody checking back on the replay, definitely go check out Bobadilla's stuff, what he's doing with photography, long exposures. Very cool. So now the thing, yeah, I see. What I will need to do, so bring that down to the logo there, and because you see, I rubbed this out, Rob, but do you know what? I'm going to put it back in because I need to for my colour filling. Just as I'm going to do a colour connect here and then rub it out later. I know it sounds weird, but except I've got that line on the wrong. That line needs to be the cape. So that, yep, so that one needs to merge down to there. So even the cape, I can do it as a fill, the actual cape, that's fine. Now we're going to have a bit of fun here. Distort freeform. And a bit of distortion. Even if I get that, and kind of warp that one up to follow the cape as it goes up there. That's looking cool. Yeah, no problems, Bobadilla. Gracias, my friend. So what I also want to do is get a match on Elijah cape. Probably this one is a good one. Remind me later, thank you. And just save that one out. Image. That's a great feature of the distort. Yes, it is, isn't it? because, you put something in, even when you're drawing, like, as I've been saying with faces and stuff like that, if you want to just change anything like that, it's potentially really good at doing that. So, okay, let's just put you over here. I don't know, but put it on a separate layer. You understand Spanish too, that's cool. I don't actually understand Spanish. Is that because I said gracias? I saw one of your videos. I think it was the iPhone versus Android, and yeah, I could get the general gist of what was going on, I think. But yeah, I don't really understand what you're saying. Now, it's got to go underneath. Okay, now I can't really feel. I can even join up the background. I'm probably faster. Just trying to work out the fastest way to do this. Fastest way to do. Let's go to backline, go to the cape, go to monoline, and just connect up. I don't know if it's faster. And then connect and then delete. Bear with me. Okay. Then bring the opacity down. Then I go in with a mono line calligraphy brush, set large. G'day, buenos nachos. That's either good evening or nice nachos. Good nachos, yes, I love nachos, so good. So good. So, there's multiple ways of doing this, just trying to work out what the fastest one is. I got hungry now. Yeah. I think I'm always hungry for nachos. I'm gonna have to fix up that bit of line that I did. I can't push the layer back behind the chair, sadly, because that one is not actually a layer. It's all yeah, it's all one layer at the moment. It's the background layer, is that layer. Because sadly you only get... Now what am I doing here? That can... Yes, this can work. I can bring with this... Okay. Oh yeah, so what I'll do... Let's run... Get a bit confused there. Yeah, so with the resolution, I and the page size that we're working to, Procreate can only give us 15 layers, and so by the time you've got the background layer, the foreground characters, and then you start adding the shading, you've got to kind of compress along the way. There's an element of layer merging you've got to do, otherwise there's just not enough textures and shading and stuff. That's probably for one thing, that's probably the only thing. I mean, it was the same with Adobe Draw as well. I mean, Adobe Draw would have a limited amount of layers too that you could have, depending on how, you know, the higher the resolution, the less layers you can have. So hopefully that makes sense, but yeah, so by the time I got that layer, the background layer all done, you've pretty much just got to merge them at that point. I mean, looking back, I should have gone, okay, yeah, so the table, realistic, is a lot more like a it's more like a foreground object. So if I kept the foreground, I mean, it's probably a learning thing for next time, is that in the background I should have done the table as a separate, and then all the background. That probably would have been the best way. We got Fox Pixar Media in here from Twitch. Hi there, thanks for dropping in. Drawing Harry Monster wearing a red, white striped shorts and belt. Also his body's big, round and fat. Yeah, well, I'm actually drawing a kid's book at the moment. I'd love to draw a hairy monster, but I'm drawing the Elijah and Crumpet second kids book. So no hairy monster tonight. But if you've got any questions about illustrating kids, and I've got the author here online as well on YouTube, and can answer any questions you've got about that. So now I just bring that up like so. And this. some on the cape. Raise the cape. Actually, don't want to raise it. I want to paint it, and I'll paint it with that. There we go. I think one of my biggest challenges is not getting too confused with layers. Okay, let's fix that up. So Fox Pixar Media, if you're still there, how did you find my stream? I've only just kind of really started up on Twitch. Been doing the live streams mainly on YouTube and just been multi-streaming out to Twitch as well. But I know it's search functionality is quite different to YouTube. So just come back in and tidy this up. Like so. And we'll do, let's check what layers we've got. Still got the logo separated. Get color selection on the logo. Get in the logo. And get some color in there. It's nice when you can just plonk a colour in rather than having to fuss about too much. This kind of just adds a bit of yellow behind. And I want to just add, I've got the boulder line around the outside of the logo, so I'm gonna go around and make that bold. I can get rid of you now and merge that one down. Still give it another go of my run. go, just working it, thickening this up. I guess I need to work on that bit too. Now I wonder if I can move just that bit. No, it wants me to move the whole bit, that's okay. I'll just do it again. Okay. Timeline for book 3. Do you think a day a page for backgrounds okay? Timeline for book 3. Do you think a day a page for backgrounds is okay? Yep, I do. Yeah, about a day a page. So once we've got the storyboard down, I think we can. I'm kind of. It's what we've been working on. That's what we were working on, was a day a page. So I think that timeline works. It even works even more if there's some pages that are white. Doesn't have to be there, but just these 2 pages in this new book, the white background, I can just see it perfectly in my head how that will look, and I think it will be good. Then 2 pages a day for shading. 2 pages a day for shading. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, you know, shading and textures and all that kind of stuff. You can do it for sure. In 2 pages a day. It's one of those things you can just keep working on something and working on something and working on something, so it'll just be a bit more minimal than if it was a 1 page day, you know? It'll be nice to kind of work out how far we can get in the timeline in terms of adding shading and highlights, because to what degree we can add textures and shading and lighting and all that kind of stuff, because that traditionally is the time where I fuss a lot. But it's definitely doable. It's set in my local library. So I'll take photos and they can be traced. That's awesome. Tracing's good. I am not opposed to tracing. people get hung up on tracing and stuff for being an artist, and you think a lot of artists used whatever methods they had, you know, like using mirrors and things like that to be able to help them replicate shapes and distortions and stuff like that. So, you know, all the greats would, you know, you'd use all the tools you had available to you. So I don't think it's a problem at all, because you add your own spin to it, and because the idea is not to recreate it like a photograph, you're recreating it like a kid's book, so it might just aid you with your some certain perspectives and whatnot. Also, does Procreate have a function where you can turn a photo into a drawing? I don't think so, but I will look into it. There is also there are many apps which do that kind of thing. So potentially have a look at those as well. It's definitely something worth looking into, and if I find something cool, we can definitely give it a go, and even do if I've got any free time afterwards or whatever, even do a video on it, because that stuff's really cool. And I think there's a lot of people that, you know, want to make kids' books. A bit scared, but you know, if you can draw to a certain point, then you can use things like Procreate and stuff like that to colour out your drawings. And you can, you know, make it happen. Because when you think about it, a lot of kids' books, you know, the drawing style is very childlike, so you don't have to be able to create, you know, images and artwork which is breathtaking. I mean, it's great if you can, but there's this one artist, I should try and put a link in. Oh, we've got kids awake. We'll see if they go to sleep. See if they go back to sleep. Down to tiny little pixels here. some, for example, I have several books I'd like to include which need to be true to life. Not me. I'll leave the drawing to you. Shh. Okay. Alright, cool. I'll be interested to hear what they are. Okay, I think I'll do for Crumpet for the time being, and we'll go find Elijah. Now, I need to start merging some stuff down, so I better keep an eye on the cape, and also Rob, something I was meaning to tell you. I'm gonna be needing to, so I'm going live virtually every day. What I'm going to need to do is probably keep the live streams to about an hour. So what I'll do, because I'm burning through my data basically, I'm on a, because we don't have Wi-Fi out here or anything. Merge that down. So I reckon, looking at my plan, which is still pretty big, it's 180 gig or something a month, and you think, well, that should be enough. And I am outputting at a resolution of 720, but looking at the way the data is working, I think I probably need to keep it to an hour. So what I will tend to do is, so I kind of work as soon as the kids have gone to sleep, and rather than getting a particular thing or a page or whatever finished in that night, like I'll set my schedule for 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10, and basically wherever I'm at in the drawing process is where I'll go live. I'll still have my kind of, and I'll still try and, I'll still be getting the page done. Like, so, for instance, when I was doing the backgrounds, I'd still get the background done, but you might not see the process for doing the entire background. I might get some done before, I might get some done afterwards. So we'll just kind of jump on the live wherever I'm at between 9 and 10, because I work to about midnight from after the kids fall asleep. So yeah. I mean, it would just be good to go live for the old time, but Elijah. For an Elijah sitting at a desk, there may be one, there may not be one. I was actually thinking of, so I don't need his whole body, but I was thinking of using his face from the logo as reference for this drawing, and as I can say I can adjust the expression and things like that. So try and, I'll work out what layer 8 is. What is layer 8? I hate that. didn't know what it is. That's why you've got to label things. Merge it down. Have a good look at that cape. It all looks still good. And we'll merge the cape down to Crumpet as well. And now we'll go up here and we'll add certify. There we go. Yeah, at this point in time, logo as well. Kind of looks like, I remember an old horror movie called The Incredible Two-Headed Transplant. Kind of reminding me of that. The face, the head of a monkey and the face of a boy. And some scientific experiment. Definitely not a movie worth looking up. It's pretty bad. I think that's probably roughly the size I want his head. I'm just going to go in here with a big bold eraser and just get rid of the bulk of Crumpet, just so it's not too confusing. So I'm going to get rid of this layer entirely, but just so it can focus. Looking at Crumpet now. It's like a Sketchy of one. Now, HB big. No, it's facing that way. His right arm. He's writing a list. What is the list? Maybe it's a list for Father Christmas. I'll give you a hint. It's not. You can have his other hand up here. What about just using that head as it is? Yep, possible. I'll have a look at what it looks like. Because the shading, it's already got shading on it. That might not be consistent with the rest of what we've got. It may be what I'm doing, Rob. Yep. I'll have a look at the final. Yeah. And as we are at the hour mark now. So what will happen is I'll continue drawing now, and then the Sketchy Live tomorrow, I normally have about a minute of it sped up in time lapse, and then when we start tomorrow's live, I'll show you what I've done, and then we'll go into the next page. So that's kind of how I think the live streams need to run. Keep it at about an hour. Hour seems like a fairly good time. And so tune in tomorrow and see this page get all finished up. So thanks Rob for dropping in. Thanks Bobadilla for dropping by as well. And also my first drop in Fox Pixar Media in Twitch. So you know, maybe they're from Pixar. Maybe they can give me a job as well. That could be cool. You never know. Anyway, Rob, thanks for dropping in, and we'll catch you next time. Catch you later.